The Super Media Bros podcast is a founding member of the OddPods Media Network.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. It's officially October.
Halloween, baby.
Yeah, it's the beginning of October. We're not clowning around, but we know somebody that is.
Art. Bro, every time I rewatch this movie, I'm like, God, this was an indie film.
That's what blows my mind about this entire fucking thing. And that is probably the best way to kick off this October. Welcome to Spooky Media Bros 2022. I'm Richie.
And I'm so glad that it's October.
That's right. That's Devin. And we're here to talk about fucking Terrifier.
Boy.
Great suggestion, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we both seen this movie. And when we were we put together the October shit months in advance, but then it was like, okay, well, we need to kick it off with something because we'd put together like the rest of this month and it was like, well, what do we do for the fucking kickoff? And you were just like Terrifier. I was like, oh, fucking perfect because there's a sequel coming out.
Dude, last I checked, and obviously things could get cut, but last I checked, it's like 2.5 hours.
I'm sure it'll get cut down. And here's the cool part. Dread Central did the first one, but Bloody Disgusting is actually doing the sequel. And
Dude.
I'm a diehard Bloody Disgusting supporter. The first movie had a $35,000 budget, and Art the Clown is not even portrayed by the same guy. He was played by a different person in a short film, and then All Hallows Eve. Was it like
I think so. Yeah, it was some kind of anthology something.
Yeah, because I remember that. But this fucking guy, holy shit, dude.
Dude, he killed it.
I'll tell you this right now. There's a lot of shit where we're going to get into the movie. We're not going to go front to back, but I want to just talk about how great this film is because look at it this way. Halloween rolls around every year. Everybody looks at Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Pinhead, Chucky, Ash Williams, all these iconic horror characters. This fucker belongs there.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm getting chills right now, actually, legit. I've said that from the moment I fucking watched that movie. I was like, if there hadn't been an It reboot in 2017, I think Art would have done it.
He still should.
Oh, he absolutely still should. I'm just saying, I feel like even though obviously Pennywise has existed far longer, it's almost like that rendition might have taken some of the thunder in terms of creepy clowns for Halloween, sort of.
I mean, maybe, but there's a difference to me with It and Art. Art does not speak. It's not known whether that is intentional or unintentional for his character because he kind of exudes personality of a mime on top of just being a fucked up clown. But here's my thing, though. He has the ability to be comedic anyway, and that is probably what gave me that he needs to be in this echelon of character because he's very scary and he's very funny. Like the opening scene when Tara and Dawn they had their car breakdown, or they're just like, well, we need to sober up, and it didn't break down, but they're like, we need to sober up before we drive home, and they go to that fucking diner, and he just rolls in there and just fucking sits, and that is some of the creepiest fucking shit ever. I mean, I'm already just sitting there like it's a fucking clown, but this fucking dude.
Well, it's because that's something that can happen.
Yeah. I mean, to an extent, some of the supernatural elements.
But I'm just saying,
for sure.
I'm talking from the perspective of that is every woman's nightmare to just be at a restaurant late at night with your friend. And just some asshole is staring a hole through your soul.
He may stare a hole through your asshole at one point or another, too.
What? Whenever he did the splitteroonie, the splice?
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. My God. But look, the fact that he rolls up in this bathroom, we're going to get to it because I think it's hilarious. He gets kicked out and the girl's just like, what the fuck? Because like the one girl is like trying to take selfies with him and all this other bullshit. But you find out later that he fucking like shitted everywhere. It just like wrote his name and shit on the wall.
Just some troll shit. And also the fact that she's sitting there taking selfies. I'm like, bro, that is some basic white bitch shit right here. Like, you a dumbass bitch for this shit. You deserve to fucking die at this point.
Her friend probably sitting there, quit clowning.
Yeah, she's like, oh, no, mm-mm.
You know what they say? He got a big nose and he got big feet. He probably got a big honking dick.
Bro.
Could you imagine if he just whooped his dick out and squeezed his sack and you just hear like the bicycle, like the bicycle horn?
Bro, I fucking shit myself. That's the only sound he ever makes.
Or he just
Well, it depends. Is he flaccid or erect? If it's erect, then it's gonna do the big horn.
Dude, it's a clown dick. He could probably go from flaccid to erect like that.
It's just the shape of a fucking balloon.
No, better yet, he doesn't have a dick. He has to fucking like attach a balloon. Like he has to shape a fucking balloon and just slap that shit on there. We gotta use protection, bitch. The whole thing's a balloon.
The whole thing is latex. What do you mean?
Exactly. Slaytex, because he's about to fucking kill their ass. The murder scenes up in this movie are fucking unreal.
Dude, and they're so like...
They're brutal.
They're brutal. And, okay, this is going to sound weird, but you've seen the movie, so you understand, like, the color palette and everything. It's so brutal, yet so vibrant.
It is artistic, son.
Dude, I fucking... Like, to me, this is up there with, like, Evil Dead and Nightmare on Elm Street in terms of, like, oh, it's Halloween season. I'm going to watch this.
Oh, this is going to get tremendous amounts of rewatches. I promise you that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite kills in this, believe it or not, is when he's got the fucking gun on her.
Yeah.
Because I was just not expecting it to be as much as it was. Because, hell, I wasn't expecting the gun, to be honest with you. Because I'm like, oh, this dude's going to he's going to like cut her up and like fuck with her. He like fires the one through her cheek. I mean, she's still fucking alive. And then he goes like later on and some more fuckery happens, but he eventually comes back with a reloaded pistol or whatever. And he just like fucking caps her like 5 or 6 more times. And the way they show her face when it's happening, I'm like, oh God.
Dude, they use that budget. Like how they managed to make, I know 35,000 is still a decent amount of change, but just the camera alone was very, very good.
Give it to fucking Damien Leone, though, man. Like, that dude did great on this.
Dude, I love this movie.
I'm interested to see how Terrifier 2 turns out. Because it's been, what, fucking 6 years almost?
Give or take, I believe, yeah.
I think the budget was like $250,000 from Indiegogo and crowdfunding on the second one.
That's awesome. That's one of those moments where my faith in filmmaking is restored, you know? Because it's so easy to talk about Hollywood and be like, dude, it's just not what it needs to be. Especially after watching Blonde. I'm like, dude, I don't feel like watching movies right now. But then you get back to roots, you know, and it's like, okay, I feel better now.
Yeah, same. I really enjoy watching movies like this. Like you just mentioned, I enjoy watching movies like this more than anything nowadays, especially from smaller budget, smaller cast, smaller crew.
Mm-hmm.
But has like the oomph behind it.
Yeah.
The scene that we were talking about way earlier, though, with the splicey splice is probably the most controversial scene in this movie.
The cut lip.
Yeah. All I'm saying is this made the final cut in more ways than one. Not going to make any bones about it. He's got old girl in a chair. He's faking like he's going to slice her throat with a fucking bone saw. So he just walks over and pulls this big curtain down, and her friend is strung up by her fucking legs. He cuts this chick's underwear off that's hanging upside down, stares old girl in the chair, like right in the face, and legitimately just like from vag to ass crack, just starts sawing this chick in fucking half. Very, very graphically.
Yeah.
Like there's guts and entrails just falling out. I mean, there's at one point he's like still sawing through her fucking skull. Like he's just going and going and going. And like it doesn't, like this feels like it doesn't end for a hot minute too.
And I think, okay, I know that it's a controversial scene. Here's my thing. This is what tipped the movie over into OP territory for me, where it's like, okay, we've got the production despite not having the budget. We have a ridiculously tremendous performance coming from a easily recognizable character, you know? So you've got that in your pocket as well. And so there it's like, okay, well, surely the kills aren't going to be very memorable. No. They got several where I'm like, fuck. Or the tension with him chasing the main character around. The plot twist at the end. Like, legitimately, top to bottom, this movie is just like, you can nitpick it, but I have no complaints.
Hey, it's Dalton.
And Sam.
We want to tell you about our podcast called Big 10 Plus 4.
Are you a college football fan who doesn't want to always be talking about the SEC?
Are you a college basketball fan who's tired of hearing how the Big 10 doesn't win in the big dance?
Then we're the show for you. Check us out each week on the OddPods Media Network. We bring you college sports with a Big 10 flavor.
Big 10 Plus 4. College sports with Midwest perspective. Blue collar and blue blood.
I think one thing about the movie that I enjoyed a lot was the roundabout how they did with the beginning tying into a character in this movie.
Yes.
Because before her face got like all, you know, rearranged and fixed, and I'm putting that in quotations because old girl's face did not get fixed.
No, she was fucking hot before. Like,
yeah, like like he fucks her face up big time, but there's also a scene where the two girls in the beginning call a sister. One of them calls her sister, and that's like also a subplot, I guess, just to add an extra body to the count, which why not? She shows up, eventually finds her sister, but it's not her sister. Art has cut that chick's entire scalp full of hair off, is wearing it, and is also wearing her fucking tits around his neck and just dangling on his chest. When I tell you the first time I saw this movie and I saw that shit, I was like, oh, we're going there. Fuck. Because then you see old girl get up and she's like, help. No fucking scalp and no titties. She's got just meat just hanging out of her.
I think that's another, and this is going to sound weird in today's world, but it's like, that scene is another reason why I love this movie. Only because it's like, this movie says, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's kind of going there with some of this shit. But it's not done in...
It's not disrespectful.
No, it's definitely sick or whatever, but I think it is absolutely envelope pushing in a... I'm not going to say positive way, but it's definitely envelope pushing in a way that it's like, oh, it's kind of passable. You know, it's not like ridiculous in a way, I guess. But I mean, this is horror. It's entertainment, like we're talking about. We're expecting shit like this.
Not only that, but it's like, it's saying, how am I supposed to be timeless if I feel timely?
True.
That's how I kind of look at it.
Yeah, because this definitely is a throwback to 80s slashers.
Absolutely, down to the soundtrack.
Yeah. God damn, that's another thing about this film is the score.
God.
I'm really curious to see how Terrifier 2 does as far as its audience reach with this, because I mean, this was almost an instant cult classic when it hit.
Yes. I'd like to think that the second one will do pretty decent numbers, which will then force the original to get more publicity. And from there, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe now Art will be a maybe not household, but I'm thinking more recognized.
I feel like he's going to be a household name after this one.
You think so?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I mean, the second movie is getting debuted at the Aero Video Fright Fest in London. Like, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Aero Video is probably one of the best restoration companies out there, like for cult films and shit. It's getting a release here in the States on the 6th of this month, and then it's supposed to hit streaming in November. So, I mean, it's getting a quick rollout. So we're going to have it sooner than later.
Damn. All right. Let's fucking go.
A lot of people did and didn't like this, which I thought it was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, like it got a lot of mixed, more positive than anything, but a lot of mixed reviews on it. And I'm sitting there like, why? How mixed? I mean, if you're nitpicking, sure, you're going to find what you don't like about it. But if you just go surface level and just fucking sit and watch this movie for what it is, it's a fucking fantastic modern slasher.
Yeah. I mean, what? Makeup because of budget restrictions? Like, what was
Acting.
Okay, I mean,
That's what I'm saying. It's fucking horror, though, dude. You don't have to
Yeah.
have like Oscar winners in horror, although there have been Oscar winners in horror.
To me, as far as horror goes, I mean, okay, I only mean this to an extent, but if your antagonist is doing a phenomenal job, I can overlook a lot of the other actors. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
It's not like we're sitting here comparing Terrifier to fucking Hereditary or,
Yeah.
you know, where it's like Toni Collette is a fucking award-worthy actress in a horror
Right.
film. We're talking about a movie that is made by people that love this fucking genre, which, by the way, horror is one of the most flexible genres of film.
Yes. Well, and here's the other thing, too. The guy that played Art, I'm only going to call him Art because that's who he is to me.
Right, like David Howard Thornton is not David Howard Thornton. Like Robert Englund for us, he's always going to be Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what he does.
Yeah, I'm always going to say, oh, did you see the Freddy Krueger actor is in a new movie? Like, that's how, that he's Art. I know that, like, Daniel Day-Lewis is a better actor than Art. Daniel Day-Lewis ain't putting in that kind of Art performance, though. Like, he was perfect for that role.
True. As far as how the sequel is getting done, because I know people personally that I've talked to about this movie, they're like, how the fuck are they going to do a sequel? Like, obviously, if you've seen this film and the way it ends, or at least the way Art's character arc ends, like, spoiler alert, in 3, 2, 1, the police roll up on him after he's done killed all these motherfuckers, and he just turns around, pulls a gun out of his boot, and blows his fucking brains out from inside of his mouth. And I'm just like, I didn't expect that, to be very honest with you. Because then they wheel him into the morgue, and then some supernatural type of shit happens where he gets resurrected, and he comes out of the body bag and kills the fucking mortuary dude or whatever the fuck. He kills that guy. And I was like, oh, so that's how they're going to do it. They're going to make him, like, supernatural.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I feel like Terrifier 2 is going to be a little meta. In a sense, it's not completely meta because, like, it's where he's an urban legend in the town in Miles County or whatever. And because he disappears. Like, once he fucking kills old boy, he's gone. And this takes place in like a year afterwards. And he hunts these people down on Halloween. Fuck yeah, I'm all about it. Like, if he becomes a character where it's like, okay, we can't keep killing him off because he keeps coming back.
Right. You got Michael Myers territory there.
Yes, but I enjoyed the fact that they can also now expand on mythology and expand into deeper, like, into his character, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, one thing I do want to touch on before we go, like, okay, so you know how every horror villain or horror character has, like, a signature fucking weapon. You've got the fucking finger glove.
Yeah.
Like, you got the razor knives. You've got the machete. You've got the chainsaw. You've got the fucking kitchen knife. You've got, well, Chucky most notably used a knife too, but you know what I mean? Like, all these characters have, like, a signature weapon that, like, even Ghostface knife is a specific shape to it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Art has the fucking cat o' nine tails as his weapon.
Yeah.
Because that was brutal. When he was beating the shit out of old girl and just, you saw the flesh just getting torn out of her back. I'm like, bro, he's going more ham on her than they did on Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Dude, it's so graphic and just, oh my God.
Yeah. It's fucking sinister looking too. Like, just him holding that weapon and just walking up. I was sitting there going, oh my God. Like, I was, you know how you get, like, phantom pain from shit, dude? Like, I was watching that going, oh, we gonna scratch the fuck out of her back. It's not gonna be good at all. Oh, there it goes. There goes some flesh. There goes some meat. Oh my God. That's how I felt watching it the whole time. I fucking squirmed, man. And it's hard to make me squirm during a horror movie. Like, the only things, like, I can watch decapitations and people getting ripped apart all fucking day. But the instant there's like a sensitive part of the body that's getting like paper cuts on it or fucking like bone through skin breaking, I'm just like,
Well, it's because you have a frame of reference.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we've never been decapitated, but like we've stepped.
Certainly hope not.
But we've stepped on a nail before.
Yeah, I've stepped on a fucking nail before, and I sounded exactly like Marv when he falls off the staircase in Home Alone when he bitch screams. And it's not even a bitch scream. That would fucking hurt, dude.
That fucks me up in a Quiet Place every time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When he just Yep. Oof. Well, there wasn't nothing quiet about this movie. Goddamn.
Nah.
I know this was a shorter one, but we want you guys to go stream this and experience it yourself. It's on Tubi. It's on Amazon. Like, it's literally anywhere that you can find it. It's going to have ads in it, which I do have to say was kind of fucking hilarious when we were watching this the other day. We would get to certain scenes, and you know how, like, in movies, there's, like, a crescendo, like a film crescendo where it's like, okay, this scene is getting more intense.
Yeah.
This just happened. Holy shit, I need to sit and process this. He is sitting there having just fucking shot old girl in the face. And then you hear the music, and then all of a sudden, try new Tide Pods. And it's like, what the fuck, dude?
Or you see like a commercial for like, I don't know, like mulch for your garden or some shit.
That would be so fucking hilarious, though. Mulch for your garden. He just got old girl's body in one of those fucking like sifters, and he's just grinding her. Just fucking like, shit.
You're going to give him ideas for part 3 now.
Just take it. I don't give a shit. Every time, I swear to God, every time I'm thinking to myself, if we ever have our ideas taken or whatever, just like, don't fuck, you can pay us if you want to, but just put us in the movie. We'll be fucking, we'll do this in the movie. Like, we'll cameo as radio DJs and be like, so that clown with them fucking nunchuck dildos. I swear to God, he needs a fucking pair of nunchuck dildos in part 3. I'm just seeing if they'll take this idea. That's all I'm saying.
I would.
Well, think about it. Okay, if you had the nunchuck dildos, would you drill the chain into the dick head or the fucking suction cup end where the balls are?
I'll need to be slapped in the face with a dildo on both sides before I can answer that.
Right on. Well, let's give the people what they're asking for.
Oh, fuck!
Hang on, I still got the other side of this motherfucker.
Shit. God damn it! Fuck!
How you feeling, champ?
The head hurt more.
Okay, so put that one on the end instead?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, fuck. God damn.
Visit supermediabrospodcast.com for past, present, and future episodes. Check out all the other shows on the OddPods Media Network by visiting oddpodsmedia.com. Facebook, Twitter, like all that shit. Follow us there. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave us a rating and review on GoodPods, Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, you know, all the things. Buy some merchandise. It's getting cold. It's fall. Get a sweater, get a hoodie. I don't give a fuck what you get. Just go buy it. Put us on your bodies.
And go stream my album. The band name is Peg Me, all one word, Pegme. And the album is Dignity Dies in the Darkness. It's fucking depressing, so get your tears.
That's right. You know who else is going to be dying in the darkness? Whoever the fuck gets killed in Terrifier 2 when it comes out.
Hey, I'm ready.
Same. Everybody out there, go stream Terrifier and then check out Terrifier 2 when it drops in November. If you have a chance to see it in the United Kingdom, fucking go see that shit. If you have a chance to catch it in theaters when it gets released on October 6th, go fucking look at that shit too. If you thought we were going to make it an entire month without wrestling, you were dead shit wrong.
Hey.
We're going to spin the wheel and make the fucking deal next week when we come back with Halloween Havoc from 1992. Jesus Christ. Jake the Snake Roberts versus Sting in the fucking House of Horrors. Spin the wheel, make the deal shit. You already know. We already know what that fucking match wound up being, but we're going to save that for you guys because it was a fucking letdown.
Oh, no.
God, and it's fucked up because like Halloween Havoc I always liked because it was like Halloween themed and shit. But hey, guess what? We're gonna just bring that fucking retro shit right to you. I guess we should get the fuck out of here though, man.
Yeah, man.
I got pumpkins to carve and I got decorations to put up and I've got coffee to drink and I've got fucking pizza to eat and chocolate to eat.
I gotta go beat my meat.
Oh, okay. I should probably go beat some fucking meat too. We got a roast we're cooking tomorrow, so you know what I'm saying?
I can respect that.
All right on. Gotta pull some pork. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. It's so good to be spooky again. Just for a little bit. It's good times. Be sure to come back next week. Until then, I'm Richie.
I'm Devin.
Shades on.
We're off.